Hey, welcome back to Rhythm in Rome, Model Rail Club in Fostoria, Ohio. Here's a video for mom and sons trains fans. If I feel a little out of it, it's this new medicine I'm on. I've been through a lot this past week. Um, so this is one of our yards, and we use number 6 switches. We got some left, I think some left and rights in there. So it all starts from here, from one track, and it just splits into multiple ones. I think there's like 8 tracks, and let me pause this real quick. So from the wall to the edge of the wall is close to, let's go down a little bit here, 16 inches across. So it gives you kind of a reference from there. And I think this thing's probably about 18 feet long. I could be wrong. So that's one of the yards. I'll give you another one here. And this one here is another yard. And that's where the bouse is. That's your main, and this is your siding. This is your runaround track. Same thing with that. That's your main, and the other side is the siding. So it's actually 2 yards into one. And I used number 4 switches, and I used number 4s for the other side. Think about later on maybe upgrading to number 6s, but I don't know if that would work through here, but that's later on down the road. But just gives you a reference for here. And just in this yard here, there's about 8 tracks. So I'm gonna go with that edge right there. It's about 19 inches for 8 tracks for 2 yards. Here's another one over here. This is another yard we have here, and we call this a ladder track. What I mean by a ladder starts right here, and it goes all the way down. These are left-hand switches, and it's called a ladder track. And as you can see, when you stand down this way, you can see it looks like a ladder. That's what they mean by a ladder track. And these are number 4s through here. But on our big sidings and stuff, we use number 6s. So I'll show you the big one I put together. I'm sorry the lighting ain't the greatest down here. I think this is less than 2 feet across. I think this is pretty close to 2 feet, I think. Let me get a tape measure out. Okay, got the tape measure out. Good old trusty here. So right to the edge of that board right there to here, it's about 27.5 inches. And I think, how many? Can't count that. That's like a main. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tracks in here. I thought there was 12, but there's 11 tracks through here, and these are all number 6s. And starts way down there from that end to the other end. I think it's about 20 feet, I believe. But this is our other staging yard, but you can use this as a function yard. What we done, maybe it gives you some ideas. So on this one side here, there's a train that comes around this way through here to a loop. This is our loop right here. And down that way we have a reverser. So maybe this will give you some ideas, and I made those, but I got something to tell you here. Now, that bench there my dad made. And we put the stuff on top. So I'll show you what I came up with for design. I know it looks like a mess, but this is all the wires that connects to the feeders and everything, and the light bulbs here. We use 1156 light bulbs for everything. So if you have a short, the light bulb will pop up. But anyway, this is in the front of it. So all the wires are all right here in the front. Now, the problem with this, I mean, you could go underneath into the bench work, but this is where I keep most of my train stuff too. That's partial of my collection. Every drawer is filled with trains. I have addiction. I'll admit it. Except for that one, that's empty. That's not filled yet. But this here and these 2 drawers here are filled with my cabooses And again, just to show you, there's more train cards there. Some of those are the clubs. But yeah, I have addiction. But when you're... So anyway, that's what I came up with. That's how I decided to run the wires. But you could run them underneath and have a bus line go in the middle of your bench. But I figured what's really cool, I thought I was the only one on YouTube that has a bench and had a train layout. And that's really cool, what I seen. So then from here, this is another bench work my dad built and everything else. And again, this is the front of the fascia, so all the wires are in the front. So yeah, hopefully this gives you some ideas. Yeah, hopefully this helps a little bit. And this is my half of my diesel engines. That's all. And I can hear people like, what do you mean? Well, I got this here filled. I got the roundhouse filled. And that's all diesel engines in there. Down below, that's all diesel engines. Later on, that's going to be filled too. Yeah, I got a problem. But I've been collecting since '96. Yeah, there's the 3D print N-scale division printed out for me. That's my brother. He printed those out for me. But again, that's what, hopefully, Ray and Mom, I hope that kind of helps you out. If you got any questions or anything, I'm free to help you. There's a lot of information on Google for train yards and stuff, how you want to design it and stuff. Now, the other question I have for you guys is, we run between a 28 to a 30-inch radius because I don't have any here, but I'll tell you why. These are auto racks, and we have double stack containers, so they require, like, they say 22, but they derail on a 22-inch radius. So you want to go like a 24 or a 28-inch radius if you could. So hopefully maybe that helps you out. And also, I put longer shank couplers on these. I got rid of the short ones and I put the long shank. I got those on eBay, or you can buy them anywhere. So hopefully this gives you some ideas on some stuff. Yep. Alright. And hopefully you get your package on Friday. Hopefully. Okay, I'll see you guys later. If you got any questions, just put a comment down below.